Due to some violent content, parental discretion is advised.
What's going on, everybody? My name's Adam, and I want to give you guys my first impression of the DM-2 short shifter from MatterX. I'm super excited about it. You're super excited about it. That's why you're watching this video. All right, let's get to it. So right here, first off the bat, my first impression of the DM-2 short shifter. Now, this is the prototype. It is not the one that everybody will be getting from the pre-orders. This one right here is going to be a little bit more involved and a little bit more manually made and a little finicky in some areas, which we don't know yet because we haven't tested it yet, but it's going to be a little bit different. He is streamlining it currently in his design, so let's get to it. So right off the bat, my first impression is it is just a piece of art. I wish I could just stick this up on my bookcase and just stare at it all the time. And it's super cool. But coming down to the mechanics, as we've been watching in the Discord, if you're not on the Discord, jump on the Discord. You get to talk to us. And it's got a lot of work put into it. The countless hours that Dark Matter's been doing to put into this. He took the short shifter that they made from the SDI, the DM-1. I took that design and then just completely redid it for the WRX with an extended piece here to hold the linkage, which will be probably one of the best parts of this, which is a cable delete. So for all of you WRX owners that don't know, you have a cable that drives your shift plate that pretty much makes your car shift and can get a little bit laggy and make your car have a lot of play. And that's what this bad boy is going to take away. It's going to take away all the play in the shifter because it has not one but two shift stops. It's got a shift stop on the first and second, then also another shift stop over here on the fifth and sixth. So it's going to make your short shifter just have an incredible amount of solidness. It's also billet aluminum, unlike the OEM, which is plastic mostly. Has a couple metal parts, but this thing is solid metal. There is literally no plastic here, and this one is all handmade, all hand bent. So the one that will be coming out for the real version of it will be a little bit more streamlined and not look as prototypey as this one does. But this one is just an overall look is just I'm already stoked about it. Feels very solid. The side angles just feel super solid. The centering mechanism feels just completely amazing. I'm really excited to throw this in my car. Some of the really cool features that it has a built-in lockout, which is part of the 5th and 6th shift stop, which is something that's really cool. Your reverse lockout is set low, and your shifter here, just like the DM-1, actually has a height adjustment on it, which is really cool. It just unscrews here, and this can be on the fly. Your shift boot will sit about low like this, so this whole area you can raise and lower it as you will. So it's no longer going to be like Boomba, where it's just sitting almost inside of your shift console, your center console there. It's no longer going to be like that. The standard height right here is just about what the OEM shifter sits at, so it's going to be sitting at a higher angle than a classic short shifter from Boomba or Billet Works. So it'll be sitting at OEM, and you can raise it up from there. The prototype is only going to be sitting at the standard OEM height, but the next version of it will probably be able to go a little bit lower than that. But being said that, it's just going to be a lot more solid. From what I've heard from a couple other people that have already put it in, I'm a little jealous of that. It's not like a normal short shifter. It literally just feels solid. Like, it doesn't have any wobble, it doesn't have any shakes in it. It's just, it's not gonna be that little tiny short shifts. It's just gonna be direct and to the point, and completely, you know, from me saying solid a lot, solid. All right, so other things that you're gonna find in the box are the shift stops and other mounting brackets, cable bracket, come in a hardware bag, and then of course your hardware that you're gonna need. Important things like this E-clip and other things are gonna be mounting all of your shift stops and everything to the short shifter as you put it into the car. Now, after watching the install video from Dark Matter that they sent us, it looks very straightforward. It doesn't look like it's going to be something very hard. It looks like something you're going to be able to do in your garage as long as you can get inside of your car and underneath it. And of course, if you have the tools. If you don't have the tools, probably should find somebody else that does have the tools, or, you know, take it to somebody that can put it in for you. But other than that, I'm going to be jumping in on it. I'm super excited. Here's my first impression of it, and it's quite amazing to look at, and it feels very rugged and very solid. It doesn't feel like it's ever going to break, and yeah, I'm excited about it. All right, thanks for watching. Give me a like, subscribe to me for more future videos of this Dark Matter prototype that I'll be having, and anything else I throw up there on YouTube or Instagram. All right, what's going on, everybody? This is Adam here again. We're now in my car. It's actually been about just about 3 weeks. I've been driving around with the DM-2 here, and I just want to show you how the drive is and how smooth and how easy it is, the shift with the DM-2, and how much I really like it. So as you can see, we're just driving around on city streets. Shifting is really smooth. There's not really much going on about it. I have a little bit of adjusting to do with it, but other than that, like, I put it in the car and this is pretty much how it is. There of course is a lot of adjustments, like down here you can turn this bottom dial and it goes up and down. Right now it's at its lowest setting. I've been driving around with both at its lowest setting and at its highest setting. I do actually like driving around with the highest setting on it. It seems to have a longer shift because your knob is about right here. But overall, with it on its lowest shift, lowest settings, the shifter is very smooth. It is very precise, and as you can see, it's hard to. I'm still getting used to how short the shifts are because it's just so tight. I mean, if you look at it, this is all the way over. For first is there, and as you can see, I'm shifting with one finger. That's second, that's third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. You can see how easy it is to shift without even a weighted shift knob. This shift knob weighs a lot less than the OEM shift knob that comes on your WRX, but this is pretty much how awesome it is, and really smooth. And so far I really like it. After, you know, having this for the allotted time that we're allowed to have it as a beta tester, I'm gonna be super sad to take it off. All right, anyway. All right, here we go. So I changed up the settings on it a little bit. I now, while I was driving, I switched it, unscrewed it here, slid it all the way up. So now it's sitting at its highest point of being able to shift from. So you can see already how high it is, but still, the shifts are still smaller than OEM at this ride height. And you can already see how easy it is to shift still. I literally have no problem shifting whatsoever from any height that this is set at. There's no against the shift stop. Now it's not. So you can see how sturdy it is driving this around, even at its highest settings. So this is at its highest settings. There's literally no movement at all. That's literally my hand moving for the most part. It doesn't have any slop in it, no wiggle like the OEM shifter does, and I'm very happy with this shifter. I don't know what I'm going to do without it once I go back to OEM. I'm going to patiently wait for mine to come in the mail when I have to switch back, because I am very excited about it, just like everybody else. You can see how stiff it is when I sit here and try and wiggle it around, because it is very smooth going into gears. I mean, I'm literally just barely pushing on it and it just slides right into gear. I think that's one of the main differences that I really like about this shifter compared to the OEM shifter, is that this one is just so much smoother. I don't know if it's because of the mechanism that's in the DM-2 that does the side-to-side, or if it's just removing that cable overall, or maybe it's a little bit of both combined. It really makes this thing so strong and so durable. So you can really see how much I am really not trying at all to shift. So I'm in first, that's second, that was one finger, going in the third now. I mean, you can just see how easy it is to throw this thing in gear now. I felt like with the cable on for the OEM shifter, it was definitely not that easy. And I'm actually very surprised at how much the car has changed with just driving with the DM-2. I'm speechless when it comes to this, just putting in this. Ease of install. Now, I did have to work out a few bugs. It took me around 4 hours to do the install. I'm sure once the main release of the DM-2 is out and it's not just a prototype anymore, I'm sure it's going to be a lot easier to install. Of course, when that one comes out, I'm going to be making an install video for that one. But installing this wasn't hard. I took my time. I really didn't run into any issues really, other than my own mistake of when I installed it. But that's for another time and another story. But other than just driving around, I really haven't touched this thing at all. I've just been sitting here playing around with the height adjustment and really just enjoying it. So that's one of the main things. I'm sure those of you that got to go to Subi Fest got to see it on the cutout transmission and got to play with it there. But having it in a car and getting able to play with it in a real car is just so much different, and it's really amazing when it comes down to it. And so I'm pretty happy with it, and I can't wait for when it actually comes out, because I'll be even happier with it.